So what's the point of making money and you're not able to keep it and grow it? Let's talk about Mike Tyson. He made over his career over $300 million, but at the end of the day, he went bankrupt. So the point is not only making the money, there is another secret. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you the money code that the wealthy people know that gets them rich, but keep the other around stuck. I want you to break from the financial trap and get as wealthy as possible. So now let's go to the first, I would say, element in the money code, which tells you that the money is just a tool, it's not an enemy. A lot of people have different views about money. Money can be good, money can be bad. But at the end of the day, money is a tool. It's like a hammer. In the right hands, it builds. In the wrong hands, it destroys. So if we're putting it in the right perspective, money is just neutral. It's the way you use it and the way you handle it, invest it, and grow it. So if you need to grow your money, the money is not the problem. It is how you manage it, how you control it, and how you think, importantly, about money. Let's talk about Henry Ford. Henry Ford went bankrupt maybe 3 to 5 times before even building Ford, which we know to that day. It took him the time to understand money, to have the right mindset for money, to be able to grow the money once again. So again, remember, money is neutral. When you think and you change your perspective and your mindset about the money, that you don't chase money, because money is a tool. You don't chase a hammer. Your whole perspective about money will change. So there is a lovely quote that says, money is a terrible master, but an excellent servant, which confirms that money is a tool. And from my perspective, it's a neutral thing. When it comes to you, how to use it, how to manage it, how to you think about it will change the whole perspective and your game with the money. Let's go to the second part of the code, which tells you that wealth is equal value, and it's not luck. A lot of mistakes that people think about money, that wealthy people become rich or wealthy, it's just a matter of luck. But don't forget that wealth and money follows value. The more the value you give into the market, the more wealth or money will come back to you. So I want you to think about it as terms of a mirror. The more the value you put, the more it reflects to you in terms of money. Let's talk about Elon Musk. When he created PayPal, he changed the online transaction market. He put a lot of value. There was a lot of pain in the market that he was trying to solve. So that's why PayPal was successful and it made Elon Musk rich. When he moved to Tesla, he changed completely the car industry, solved a problem, put a lot of value. That's why money came back. Moved again to SpaceX, the same, solving a problem with space. So the more you put value, the more money comes to you. So let's talk about broke people. Broke people chase money, and that's why money doesn't come to them. Wealthy people creates value in the market, and then byproduct of it, the money comes to them. Always remember that your income is directly proportional to the number of people you serve and how well you serve them. So the question comes here, a lot of people ask, okay, so how can I make money? That's the first question that comes to them. I want you to change this, change the mindset, change the way you ask yourself. It's what kind of value I should put into the market. And then as a byproduct, the money will come back to me, which is in another way, what kind of problem you're trying to serve. The bigger the problem, the bigger the value will offer, then the money will come back to you. Let's go to the next part of the money code, which tells you the real reason why people stay broke. There is 2 concepts you need to understand, which is consumption versus production. A lot of people fall into the bucket of more consumption. And let me give you a lovely example of Floyd Mayweather, the boxer. He created over $1 billion over his career versus Warren Buffett. Mayweather went nearly bankrupt because the guy was absolutely over-consuming. $40 million watches, mansions. But on the other side, you have Warren Buffett, who still lives in his house, which he bought in the 1958. So there is a huge differentiation between both. Both were wealthy at a particular time, but the more that you consume, the more you will get broke, no matter how much income you will do. So a lot of people look at their top line and that's it. I'm gonna make more money, make more money, make more money. But if your bucket is leaking, you are gonna get broke. So there are 2 things I want you to imagine. You have a bucket. So if you will become broke, then the holes in the bucket is too big. So whatever income you're putting in it gets out. And that's an example I love to say, which is being a fake rich. So faking richness. You're buying the best car, the best house, the designer brands, just to impress others. And that's much above your means. So the main idea here is you look at the two things. Am I consuming much more than I'm producing? And if that's the case, no matter how much income you're doing on a yearly basis, you will get broke. Let's say a person making $50K versus a person making $1 million. But the 50K person saves $10K from the 50K. On the other side, the $1 million person spends over 1.1 M a year. Who's rich? Who's wealthy? So again, it's not a matter of production. It's a matter of controlling your consumption. So the more you want to be wealthy, the more you want to control your consumption rather than just focusing on production. Because if your spending habits, your consumption habits are not properly managed, at the end of the day, you will become broke. So again, whenever you're thinking about being wealthy, you need to think first about your consumption. Manage it and then enlarge and produce much more. Let's go to the next part, which is an extremely important part of the money code, is to escape what we call the rat race. Rat race is, in simple words, that you're living in a spiral or going in a spiral and you cannot exit it. Rat race by a lot of people means that you're working from 9 to 5, living into a 9 to 5 paycheck to paycheck. But that's not the real rat race. The real rat race is living from paycheck to paycheck. Every single day you're stressed about your financials. And then you're one emergency thing away from a complete disaster to your life. So that's the real rat race. And again, the rat race will link to the previous code is that you're over consuming than you're producing. The real rat race of our today's era is being in debt. And the financial system and the system we live in encourages you to be in that rat race. You buy a car on a loan. You buy a house on a mortgage. You have credit cards in your hands to swipe it for designer clothes that you really can't afford. But understand that all these things you literally can't afford. You're overextending yourself. And they are keeping you trapped in this rat race. And that's the system where we live in. You need to break out from this rat race. Number one, you need to spiral out of this debt, 100%. Number two, you need to invest much more in assets rather than liabilities. And number three, you need to live below your means until you have enough money to invest it in assets that will make you a kind of passive income that you can expand afterwards. So again, the rat race is not from 9 to 5 as everybody's saying. The rat race, literal rat race, is waking up every single day. You're worrying about your financial situation. And the second, don't forget, you're one step away from a financial disaster if an emergency hit. And that's the real rat race. So don't fake it so much. Become into the system, following the system that they want to trap you in, to utilize all the facilities that give to you just to live way beyond your means, because it's gonna break. Take care of that and we'll go to the next code. Let's go to the last part of the money code, which I'm gonna introduce to you a concept which is very simple: farmer versus hunter. A lot of people, to become wealthy, they need to stop trading their time for money. Well said, everybody says it. But let's put it into action. Let's talk about Jeff Bezos. He started as an online bookstore. That guy had the opportunity when the online bookstore made money to spend this money on lifestyle luxuries. But the guy didn't spend that way. He reinvested every single penny he had from this online bookstore to building Amazon, the over $1 trillion what we see today. So the problem is you need to have the mentality of a farmer rather than the mentality of a hunter. So let's explain it a little bit more. What does the farmer do? The farmer puts the seeds and keep taking care of the seeds, watering it. For a longer perspective, the returns will come. On the other side, the hunter. The hunter has to go out every single day to hunt for his food. But the problem here is what? If he didn't go to hunt, there is no food on the table. So again, remember that the rich invest first, then spend later, versus the broke right away spend, and most probably just to keep with the Joneses. I'm gonna do this because I wanna look better. The time will come that you will look better, and you will have the much stronger foundation by being a farmer and not a hunter. So again, there is a farmer mentality and there is a hunter mentality. A lot of people keeps talking about I'm a hunter, I'm a hunter, I'm a hunter. Great. But once you stop hunting, what's gonna happen? You won't have food on the table. You won't have money in your pocket because you stopped hunting. But the farmer builds, puts the foundation, nurture it. So when the time comes in the future, that's an ongoing wealth and success. In this video, I shared with you the money code. But the interesting part is what? A lot of people will listen, a lot of people will watch, but few people will do something. But it's in your hands to do that and do the actions that is needed to break out of the financial trap by the very simple steps or the code that I shared with you. Stop wasting time and money on things that it's not needed at the moment. I want you to start to produce rather than to consume. And I want you to invest in yourself and your business. And again, it's all about having the right mindset. And always remember, money is a tool. Money is neutral. It comes back to you, how to manage it, control it, and how you think about it. So if I ask you, what action you will take now to take back your control over your wealth, situation, and status? Again, you need to break out of the system that is created to suck you down, strip you from all what you have, and really build your financial future for you and your beloved ones. And I'll see you again in the next video of the Game Changers. And be an alpha.